Hi, my name's Alex Copeland and I work with Richard Fairburn and the Online Success Model team. And I'm here to bring you this fantastic Instagram course. You don't have to fail. Now in this video, I want to get your mindset right. You need to understand that if you're promoting on Instagram, you will have to focus. Unfortunately, a lot of people go into this in a very casual way. They think it's all about just following a checklist and it'll all fall into place for them. But they're in for a nasty surprise. You have to approach this with the right mindset. Follow the tips I'm about to give you and you can properly prepare. You can succeed. You don't have to fail like your competitors, but you do need to go about it in the right way. Follow these and we'll make sure you're not left behind when it comes to Instagram. Have the right mindset. The first thing you need to understand is that you have to believe that this is going to work. You can't self-sabotage yourself. Now there's lots of people that come across money-making ideas on the internet and they just assume it must be a scam. There must be something wrong with it, so they never do it. They think it's too good to be true maybe, or some other reason to not give it a go. Yeah, they're excited about it, but they read and they learn and they never actually give it a go as they think it won't work. Well, I'm here to tell you that you have to believe that whatever it is that you're doing will succeed or can succeed, otherwise it won't. If you doubt it, then this doubt will grow and it will take over and you'll find yourself unable to put the effort in because you just can't be bothered. You need to believe in three things. First, you need to believe that this business model will work. You need to put your faith in it and understand that it's here for a reason. Second, you need to believe that you can make it work. Now, I don't mean other people. I don't mean outsourcing it. Just you. You need to believe that you can make it work. And third, you have to believe that this is worth committing to. It's easy to put in a ton of work at the start of something and then give up and hope that was enough to make it through. But it just doesn't work like that. Real businesses are like marriages. They're a long-term commitment. It's about showing up and doing the work consistently. You can't just do that quick burst of work and think it's going to get you through. If you use these three tips, you'll increase your chance of success dramatically. Set aside the right amount of time. Logistically speaking, you have to schedule a fixed amount of time for your Instagram marketing efforts. Now the good news is it doesn't have to be loads. It doesn't have to be half of your day or 3 days a week. It could be less than an hour. As long as you regularly do it, you will see results no matter how small the time spot. How come? Well, if you know that you've only got, say, 15 minutes to focus on marketing, you get very focused. You try and fit as much in as you can. And as long as you're consistent and you keep on turning up, even if it is for only 15 minutes a day to do your Instagram marketing, then you get better at it. And then you can fit more into the same time slot. Choose to be consistent. The bottom line in this is simple. You have to be consistent. Now, even if that is only 15 minutes a day, that's plenty as long as you are consistent. The key here is the fact that you will always come back. You will always do that time slot. And this gives you a sense of confidence. You always put this time in every day. Now this can lead to amazing results because even though on the surface it doesn't seem like much time, the consistency makes you more disciplined. You're able to pack more in because you're focused on this small time window. Also, your results tend to scale over time because you tend to do a better job as you go on. You're able to make much better decisions in a much shorter time. Document your efforts. I can't even begin to tell you how many good ideas most entrepreneurs think of in the span of a day. It's huge. But the problem is, if they're not noted down, they get forgotten and you won't be able to test them. Also, one of the most annoying things that can happen to you is that when the idea that you thought of before keeps coming back when you don't want it to, then you forget it again, but it's already done the damage and made you less productive. As it comes back to your mind, you focus on that instead of the thing you should be focusing on, and then you forget it again. And on this ordeal goes. You need to document your ideas when you have them. Try them out, test them, and if they work, incorporate them in your daily activities. Measure success based on where you are in the development process. Now, what if I told you that many people who fail in online marketing did not have to fail? They just gave up too soon. You have to understand that quitting is the only way you can fail. The game is not over until you throw in that towel. If you don't quit, you haven't failed. The problem is, that when people work on a particularly big project, and believe me, online marketing in all its forms is one of those projects, they measure themselves using the wrong standards. They've only just got started in this process. They've only just started doing Instagram marketing, and they look at the account and they're not making any money. Of course they're not making any money. They've only just started. So what happens when they do this? Well, they discourage themselves. You are sabotaging your own success and your own passion by thinking that not making money straight away is a failure. It's not. Just keep showing up and be consistent, and it will happen. Measure success on where you are. Instead of immediately thinking about how much money you've made when you've just started your online business, focus instead of where you are in the process. You need to do this because otherwise it's unfair to yourself. This way, if I just put up a website, my measure of success would be how many pieces of content do I have up, how many visitors. But what I should really be doing is going on with the process of, are all my links working? Do I have the graphics in place? Have I got SEO done? Are the products on there? When I've answered yes to all of this, then I move on to the next part of the process. If you start an online project and you just jump straight ahead to the part where you're collecting all the big money, you're going to depress yourself because it's not going to be there. You're going to discourage yourself because obviously it doesn't appear at the start of this process. It appears at the end of the process. Resolve to fail quickly. Now, I know this sounds like a crazy piece of advice, but it's actually one of the most powerful pieces of money-making advice that anybody can give you. Why? Well, like I said, entrepreneurs have a lot of crazy ideas per day. Unfortunately, a lot of them are half-baked. A lot of them make all sorts of faulty assumptions, and they're really failures from the beginning. So instead of getting sucked into these and draining your focus and time, just explore a few. Let's say you have like 100 ideas in a week. Pick 3 that you think have the best chance of succeeding and implement them. If they work, scale it up. If they don't, move on. If you throw enough ideas out there and experiment, then something will work, and then you can incorporate it in your daily schedule. Stay focused on conversions. It's easy to get hung up on success metrics that don't really matter. The amount of traffic you get ultimately doesn't matter. The amount of mentions that you get on there ultimately doesn't matter. You know what matters? Money in your bank account. So how do you get there? Well, put simply, sell more products. This is why you have to focus on conversions. This is why everything you do, whether it's ad optimization, content marketing, or brand information on Instagram, has to focus on conversions. They all lead to conversions, or you're doing something wrong. Now, if you use the tips we've just given you and be consistent, then there's no need for you to fail. Just remember, this is a commitment. Use these, turn up regularly, and you can succeed.